Now we are going to discuss the book The Way. And my name is Amelia.
My name is Elin.
My name is Caroline.
And my name is Josefin. Should we start with the questions?
Yes.
All I can say is I will never let such a small minority of people rule the majority. What is David referring to? Explain.
He's referring to the Nazi party
Yeah.
because they just seen a movie about the World War II
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And I don't think he really understand how dangerous such a small party can be and how much impact they can have over other people.
Yeah, exactly. Next one. One of my students asked me a question today. Today that I couldn't answer. Mr. Ross decides to launch his experiments due to this. What question is it, and why is he unable to answer it? What do you think, Elin?
I think it is more than one question. It is, I don't know what I should say. How could you slaughter 10 million people without somebody nudging? How could Germans sit back while the Nazis slaughtered 10 million people around them and say they didn't know about it? How could they do that? How could they even say that? I think he couldn't answer that because when he has studied it a lot more, he didn't know it's a right answer because it is something you have to explain for yourself if you could understand it.
Yeah, an experience by your own.
Yeah.
and that's why he started experiment.
Because he wanted the students to feel the same strength that the Nazi party did in the 1940s.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't explain it in words.
Yeah. Good. Do you want?
Yes. Strength through discipline, strength through community. Explain mode and how it's being used throughout the story.
I think that strength through discipline is motto, which means that you can achieve success through discipline. And Ben takes football as an example because you need discipline to win.
Yeah.
You can also get power through it.
Yeah.
And they used the motto to the football team because they knew that they wanted them to work as a team and not such.
It gave them team spirit and they become more of a team because before they was like one and one.
Yeah. They wanted to do something who is more than just something for yourself.
Yeah.
They wanted to be a team so they could win the games because they had lost everything.
They wanted the team to work as a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Not one by one.
How about strength through community? What do you think?
It's that they should work as a group and struggle and fight for the same things and work together.
Yes.
Because if you work as a group, you can come much you can gain much longer than if you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Robert plays an important part in the beginning of the experiment. Why did Mr. Ross choose him to be the one setting a good example to the rest of the class?
I think that Mr. Ross knew that Robert didn't have so much self-confidence.
He was like an outsider.
Yes, he was like an outsider and he wanted Robert to feel like he was worth just as much as the other students.
Yeah.
And he wanted the students to feel like everyone's equal in this group.
Yeah.
How does Mr. Ross introduce the project to the class?
He writes, at the beginning, he writes strength through discipline, across the blackboard, and he give them orders, like sit straight, and
Yeah.
They need to
And
learn
take
posture.
command of-
Right. Posture. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to say Mr. Ross before they answer any
Yeah.
questions, and
It was like he was their leader,
and they had to
they
do everything.
they had to follow.
him.
they
Yeah.
wasn't so sure about it. Is it going to be fun from the beginning? But then they think it was more fun because they start to see it as a competition, and
Yeah. Because I think they learned from the game or what it was
Yeah.
that they had to work together to achieve success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the first, is it that one?
yes.
After the first day of the experiment, what are Mrs. Ross' thoughts?
But
He
he wasn't sure
No,
about. Also,
he thought it was fun at the moment because everybody was involved.
Yeah.
And
he didn't think that students would take it so seriously,
yeah,
but he was glad that they.
He thought that everything was
Yeah.
going to be like it were before
Yeah.
yeah.
the next day.
And he didn't think of continue because it was just one time thing.
One
Should
time
we
thing.
think
One time.
other
Or they-
Yeah.
Um,
But the next day, the students sat straight and were all quiet. So he decided to continue the project.
yeah.
And
he get interested
yeah,
because
he
he
get-
was late, and
He thought that the class was going to be like a madhouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but they just sit there
And-
with such much discipline.
Yeah.
So
he realized that the students were very like involved and interested
Yeah.
and took the lessons more seriously than before.
you can say that he sucks up in it and wanted to start this experiment.
Experiment.
Yes, little more.
He wanted to see how far he can go
Yeah.
because he didn't want to stop.
Yeah. Why did Mr. Ross choose the wave for a symbol, and what does he think it represents?
According to me, Mrs. Ross tells in the book that the wave is like a pattern of change. It has movement, direction, and impact. So he wants a symbol that the class will remember.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Describe Laurie's respectively David's attitude to the wave idea and how they develop. Give examples.
I think
Yeah,
both David and Laurie had a very positive attitude. They realized how such a good spirit in the classroom.
Yeah.
They liked that everybody was equal. That
Yeah.
was the thing that did that everybody liked it from the beginning.
Yeah.
But then Laurie gets to be a little
Suspicious.
because her mother didn't like it, and when everybody would listen to her mother, and then she started to think little about it, and
Yeah.
She tells her mother at the dinner table that the wave gives really good
Vibes.
yeah, and positive energy, and Mrs. Ross have really found a way to learn his students in a good way.
Yeah, to make the students listen more.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
had him attention 200%.
Yeah. But then when the group started to grow, Laurie change his
People
mind.
start
His mind.
to get hurt.
Yeah.
And she see the problems
Yeah.
that they
Have too much power.
that nobody else see
Yeah.
because
They brainwashed.
yeah, and nobody wants to listen to her, and everybody is just so.
How did David realize that the wave was so bad? What do you think?
It was when he hurt Laurie
Yeah,
because he should go and talk to her because she had write something in the newspaper for
Yeah.
school,
Paper, yeah.
and when she didn't want to listen, he used to go out of control and
Yeah.
Hurt her.
yeah, and it was then he started to understand that the way was more than just success and
Yeah.
equal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Um.
Someone?
What different methods, features are being used in order to make the members of the wave feeling special?
The cards.
Yeah.
member
Yeah,
cards.
member cards.
And
And,
some of them get
Red X.
yeah, on the back of the card because if someone didn't follow the rule, the person with the X on the card should go to Mr. Ross and tell him that it is on this way.
They become
Yes.
like monitors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
and they also have a salute
Yes.
that they do when they see another member or
Yeah.
when they say their motto.
Yeah. And also on the football game,
Yeah,
the wave members were able to sit on a special place
yeah,
to watch the game. And Laurie, who wasn't a wave member, couldn't sit there just because.
she
She
was
was
a
a
wave
woman.
member then,
Yeah.
but she didn't want to do
Be
that
it.
because
Yeah.
she thought it was wrong.
Yeah.
That they should be
And
better.
that it hurted
Uh,
people.
Yeah,
She didn't think that the wave members and the ordinary people should be separated.
no, because the way was an equal group,
Yeah.
and
Nobody cared about
Yes.
the popularity.
Yeah.
The members think that everybody who wasn't a member has wrong. They
yeah,
Yeah.
hurt them and they weren't able to sit with them and
Yeah.
be with them.
The members was equal inside the group, but outside the group, no one was treated equal.
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
For the first time, I feel like I'm a part of something great. What is yours, Snyder, referring to by saying this? Have you ever had that same feeling George describes? Explain.
He's referring to the wave.
yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel, Carol?
In the group, though, like we said, they all are equal.
Yeah.
Even the popular kids are the same, like the
outsiders.
Yeah.
and
The non-member.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why they all feel the same, and they are
Yeah.
like a family, and
Yeah.
Probably before the wave, some of these kids feeling like they are outsiders. They
yeah,
don't have any
Yeah.
so much.
they didn't belong anywhere.
No,
Yeah.
they didn't have so many friends, and they didn't know what they wanted to be or do or something.
Yeah.
And when a leader comes and tell you are a part of this group and you have to do this and this,
They follow.
they think that they have something
So
yeah,
yeah.
they feel that they belong somewhere and they for once they have something to do.
Yeah.